What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and you guys have been going so crazy trying to figure out, is it time to raid sell, Randy Moss? Is it time to raid sell him? You guys are very, very upset. A lot of you guys are like, yo, bro, he's not really 99 speed. Well, pretty much I tweeted out at GmiasWorld on Twitter recently where Randy Moss got in front of Deion Sanders and a couple other 99 speed players, and he outran them for 6. So I'm not ready to say that his 99 speed is fake, but I can agree with you guys that he's not really playing like Randy Moss. I can agree with that. It is very obvious in certain cases that he is prone to drop the ball, but like I've told you guys before, you have to have abilities on your players for them to play well. And I know that it's frustrating. I understand that, but that's the way the game is. And the players are not going to play the right way unless you have abilities. So you could keep on whining about it, or you could go out there and put abilities on your wide receivers the way that we have right here at GmiasWorld. And we've gotten away from the fact that, the running back position, we can get away with not having abilities on those players. So I just want to make sure that you guys are in complete understanding. If we raid sell Randy Moss right now, the only player that can obviously be able to withstand that loss would have to be Herman Moore. Now, the problem with Herman Moore is they gypped him on his speed. So you're going to have to definitely, get him and put abilities on him and go through a lot of other stuff in order to make him really, really good. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not sure if we have his actual power-up, but I know he has to have a power-up now because they made him an Ultimate Legend. We're going to go ahead and check that out. So we'll go to Detroit and check it out with him, see what we have as far as Lions players. Do we have anything with him? Marvin Jones, that dude's garbage. All right, so, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go see what's going on inside the auction house, see if we can get him, and we'll take a look at it right now and try to figure out exactly what we need to do at this point. So with Herman Moore, the only thing that I would say is if you give him like streak specialist, post flag elite, stuff like that, and just go crazy with him, he probably would do you right. All right. Is he garbage? I'm not ready to say he is. He shouldn't be one of the higher. Yeah, I kind of figured that his price would be lower. This Ultimate Legend, simply because he's not, he's not somebody that everybody's going to be going after. Now, look, I want to point all this stuff out. If you're looking to raid sell him, just understand he's only going to 97 speed. All right? Like, it's very, very obvious that he's not going to be up to par with what we're looking for. Now, you can like the fact that he has short route run, medium route run, and all that stuff, but it's not enough. Him having, being maxed out with 99 jumping, it's not enough because the game is inconsistent. So if you end up doing this and try to do it as far as like, you're doing it for the consistency aspect of it, you're not going to probably get that consistency that you're looking for, because in most cases, a dead gerbil is going to pick you off with a predetermined animation. All right, so that could be an issue. But the reason that I'm pointing it out is you're going to want to beat people over the top. Okay, this guy will definitely probably be easier for you to kind of visibly see that he can get animations because his body is bigger than Randy Moss's. So because he's wider and he has the same height, they may cheat for him. Because remember, Calvin Johnson is glitchy because they have Calvin Johnson built bigger than the other players. So even though it looks like, it's fake, the dude's mossing like 4 or 5 people, his body is so big in the game that you can get away with it. Randy Moss is slender, dog. Like, he's mad skinny and he's not really out there doing nothing for us. Like, the dude's low-key garbage. So we have to figure out right now, is it beneficial for us to maybe go, let's put Kittle there. You see what I'm saying? Is this time for us to start doing that yet? Because with Kittle is very, very interesting because you won't be able to get away with a lot with Kittle. Maybe the run game would be a little bit better, but you won't get that, that speed burst. Obviously, Kittle only goes up to a 93 speed on my team. The next thing that you guys need to be aware of is that we have the golden tickets coming very, very soon. So once the golden tickets start to drop, you'll be able to have a better understanding. The rumors are like Julio Jones and stuff like that. Julio Jones is built differently in the game also. Like, he's a bigger 6'3" dude. So you may get away with mossing people with that player. As far as everybody else that's available in the game, you're not going to have a lot of success with what's available because Calvin is Calvin. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's impossible to like understand what's going on with that guy. He just does whatever he wants and it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to do right now, we'll take a look at it because I'm in agreement Randy Moss has been playing like a low-key trash can. It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't deny that fact. But when we look at the other players that are available, we don't have many options. So when you start going crazy, that's when bad things happen, okay? Bad things immediately start to happen when you just like, oh, bro, I don't care no more. I'm doing this. And then it's like, but why though? Like, why would you start doing all of that? You don't need to rush it right now because we're at the point in the game where we're looking for the glitchiest cards. Whatever is not available, we have to just let it ride. You see what I'm saying? Because at this point right now, there's not a lot of cards that we can realistically replace Randy Moss with. So my suggestion would be to wait it out and see what the next promo is and see if we get a big body receiver that we can use. Because honestly, if you go and get this guy, you're asking to be dominated. In the beginning of the year, when they had everything like pretty much calm, he was good. He ran his routes crisp. All that stuff mattered. It was good. You know, it was looking good. Then they did an update. After the update, everything started to go crazy. So we have to understand that as the game changes, we also have to change. So I'm just going through it so that you guys can understand. I look at it like the same way you guys are saying it, like, yo, Gmia, what is this? What's going on? I'm looking the same way and trying to find the next best player. But there aren't a lot of players that can do the stuff. Like, even with Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens is a big body 6'3" player, but he's not going to be good enough to do the stuff that, you know, maybe if Herman Moore had a 99 speed because he's a bigger 6'4" guy. Terrell Owens, and also they make him different than Julio. Like, we very, very rarely see Julio now, but we will if he gets a golden ticket. But T.O. is not going to be able to get those animations because he's not as big. Like, he looks decent size, but he's not like that big monster in the game. And then as we go down and we start looking at everything else, John Brown is as tall as a chipmunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't do nothing with him. Cortland Sutton, does he have a power? What is this guy? 6'3". I heard some good things about this guy, but he doesn't get a power up, right? I don't see the symbol on him, so he's not getting it. Jarvis Landry's a trash can. Tyler Boyd, I heard, is also a guy that gets, you know, he got some height, 6'2", but he's not up there either. You got David Tyree, one of the luckiest football players to ever play in the National Football League. I know you Patriot fans are throwing up just seeing it. Kenny Golladay, he does get a power up, but also they start him very, very low with speed. So, you know, it's a lot of different things that you have to look into right now. I would love to grab Mike Evans and kind of see, you know, where he's at, but look at his speed. You see what I'm saying? So when people press you and they run that run commit defense and they do all this other weird stuff, what can you do with this? Now, if it's Madden 15 and you know for certain that the game won't be random and you'll get certain animations, you can get away with this. But the thing about it is he's not going to be able to burn anybody regardless of the sets. He'll break off some presses or whatever, but he won't consistently do whatever he wants. But low key, he might be a guy that we can go crazy with. You see what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to go with the streak. If they give us a streak, we can go ahead and take it. But low key, because he's 6'5", that's the big thing about Calvin. Because you guys have been asking me, what's the difference? Why is Calvin such a freak in the game? That's why. Calvin is 6'5" and he's mad. Yo, the dude he's a monster. And that's pretty much what's going on with the game right now. So is it a possibility that Mike Evans could break the game also and we're just not taking advantage of it? It's highly likely. Because if we give him the same abilities and the same, chemistries with everything, and he has the slot apprentice, he has the streak specialist, and he has the post flag elite, he's going to dominate in the game. He's going to absolutely dominate. And he's the only other player that I would even look at right now because of his height. Cooper Kupp, there's no real reason to look at that. As far as everything else is, Sammy Watkins is not tall enough and his body is not like what we need in the game, so that wouldn't make any sense. John Ross, we're not doing anything with that. And then Michael Thomas now with the NFL honors. Would you use a 97 overall power pass on a 6'3" guy? You see what I'm saying? The advantage that we have with Mike Evans, we don't have to really worry about like trying to go deep and beating anybody deep. If somebody presses us, we might get away with it. You see what I'm saying? But he's not going to be that guy that's just going to be out there just doing whatever he wants. But he would present a different type of threat. You know what I'm saying? So I would look at him for now, and maybe if they do a golden ticket, you go for the 6'5" player, because those are the players that are going to be really causing havoc. Which is why, if you think about it, that's probably the reason, why, if you really, really think about it, that's probably the reason why EA waited to release Calvin. Now, his price at $349, it might be worth it to take a look at him, because look at the next one. You see what I'm saying? If we get him at 349, which I think we should, because I don't think we're going to lose with 349 for him, I think I'm going to grab him. I think his investment might work out for us, and we should probably go forward with it. And also, if we want to sell him back, we could get, we'll get something for him. Obviously, it's not like we're going to lose anything with that. But he has those things, and it's kind of weird that I'm talking about it right now, and then he's available, like right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, isn't that kind of weird, guys? Like, it's like, yo, we're changing up our offense because it's very, very difficult to beat people any other way other than mossing them uncontrollably. So that was actually a really, really good buy for us right there to go ahead and grab that, and we got it right at the last minute. So what I'm going to suggest is this. We're going to have the one speedster in Calvin, and then we're going to have to make people play us a little bit differently when we come out with Mike Evans. All right. Now, as far as Randy Moss getting the faster speeds and doing all that stuff, we can't realistically just get rid of him because it's Randy Moss. And also, we can't get rid of him because I think, didn't I use my NFL 100 player on him, the Nat? So we would actually lose if we were to do that. So I'm not going to do that right now. But let me go and look at the Buccaneers real quick. Okay, so we don't have his power up. So that's going to be an issue right there. All right, that's fine. I just wanted to check that so we could go ahead and get his power up, because it'll be worth the experiment. Because if it turns out that Mike Evans is that dude, and we could rock with him like that and dominate, it will cause a lot more issues for our opponents. And then also we got the running game, to always fall back on. So it's not like we're going to be in a situation where we're going to lose at any time, because the post routes is OP. We know that nobody guards post and out routes, but now dudes is getting mossed. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes are outright just getting mossed. Like, it's really, it's about that time. So we could bring this back, because realistically, we can bring back together Madden 15 by putting the abilities on and letting the players play like they're supposed to. We can literally bring back Madden 15, but you got to be smart with it. All right? You can't just go crazy, because, again, the one thing about this game is it's random. Keep that in mind. It's a very, very random game, so you don't know what's about to go down until it goes down. So we can get him up to 95 speed, get him up to 96 excel, but look at these numbers where it counts. The jumping is going to get Kem to 99. All right. He's obviously a spin move type guy. Got a decent stiff arm. Impact block. Okay. He doesn't really have, what is his run block? 54. That not really good. That's kind of weird though, because he's a big body guy. I thought they would give him a little bit more than that, but it is what it is. Beat press is a green 99. Spec catch 99. Catch in traffic 99. Those things have to amount for something. All right. So this is going to be an experiment that we're going to look to kind of see what we can do. Power him up, see what he's about, see if we can get glitchy with him, and then we go from there. Because to be quite honest, my game has actually changed a lot since I've added abilities to my wide receivers as opposed to the running backs, and giving them post flags and making the bigger players play the right way, letting them jump. That's the key. Your players are not going to jump or respond if you don't have abilities on the player. So that's something that you have to be very, very conscientious about. Like, bro, understand the players are not going to respond. That is what I really want you guys to understand. Now, some of you guys might be saying, yeah, but Gmia, you had a 97 overall power pass. Why didn't you just experiment with that? Well, because if it doesn't work out, I'm going to get the coins right back. And then I don't have to worry about, like, dealing with anything else as far as like taking the power pass back and do, like, it could have got a little bit more weird. And then for me, it's easier for me to get that card right now and then get, just sell it back or do whatever, as part of just showing you guys, we know that bigger and better things are coming. And obviously the golden tickets are probably going to be 98 and 99s more than likely. But regardless, that 349 price, if you go and look at 97s right now with the theme builders, we're not going to lose anything anyway. So it's fine. And I think somebody was just trying to get rid of it, and that's why we got a little bit lucky with that. So we have the opportunity to go ahead and get everything back with it. So you don't always have to use your power up pass and, see what's good, unless the player is really, really overpriced. And in this case, they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike Evans at 349. I'm just going to show you so you kind of understand what's going on. We're not going to we'll be good. We'll actually be good with it. So with him, like obviously these other players are garbage and stuff like that. The lower 97s, but when you look at what his card was, we'll be fine with the 349 because it's still hovering around those rates. So we, you know, if we try him out, he's not good, it's fine. We move on and do what we have to do, and that's pretty much it. But I showed you the stuff that he has in green. We're gonna find out if it actually matters. If it doesn't, we lose like 30 or 40K in tax, go, and then we're good. You know what I'm saying? If it works though, now we're on to something. Now we done, you know, we just figured it out together, bruh. We need to start doing this, because if EA is gonna make it like this, where we can't really pass the ball and dudes can't get open, we're gonna need the bigger body guys with abilities to go out there and just dominate, and then we'll see how that works out. All right, guys. So that's what I'm looking at right now. You guys can continue to bring on the questions, bring on the comments. Let us know as we continue to have some more fun. You know, playing around, seeing what's good with the game, and going from there. It's always gonna be fine along those lines, regardless. And then, you know, at the end of the day, we'll kind of make our own assessment on how we want to end the game off. But I think with the way that the decisions that we're making, I think it's going to pay off for us in the long run. Let me know what you think about it. I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. One love, y'all.